Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Give us a 5-star rating. It massively helps us out. Enjoy.
I think he can't run this hot forever. But I think the hope is that he's like just underneath that.
Yeah. He's always had this ability though, hasn't he?
Yeah. And I think people said he was awful.
No.
They went way too far with him. Way too far.
Well, Carragher said he should leave, and I actually think at the time
it made sense.
It did make sense because being a local lad, the pressure on him, obviously what he's doing outside of football as well, there was this huge pressure, and when you're not confident, like I feel like football is very much a confident sport a lot of the time. Yeah. Like Marcus Rashford, confident, he just has that.
And he's healthy.
He looks like a dangerous player right now, doesn't he?
And he was again little things I was picking up. I was watching him a bit, and he was constantly on the shoulder making runs, and like he's just walking around with a bit of an arrogance at the minute. I think he's he's definitely one of the best in the world. But so is like Saka. I'd say they're probably them two and Mbappe probably the best wingers in the world at the minute.
Saka's kind of unlucky because he's been so consistent for so long.
We're just used to it now.
He kind of used to it, yeah.
Also, you know he's only 21 still?
Yeah, that's what.
Do you know how nuts that is?
Yeah, he's a joke.
Saka, is he 22?
Yeah.
22?
No, I think he's 21.
I'm pretty sure he's 21.
I'm pretty sure he's 21.
Have a bet right now.
I bet 20 quid.
I'll bet you a banana.
I bet you 20 quid he's 21.
Go on. Go on, then.
So is this for Saka, yeah, not Rashford?
Come on, shake his hand.
Shake his hand. 21.
Oh!
Come with Theo W there.
You still owe me that $5 as well.
I can get it out of my winnings now.
Well, I was pretty well aware that it was 21 by the point that you were smiling and say shake his hand.
That's right, mate. It's okay to be wrong sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
What happens in the summer if the Glazers eventually sell? Because it's a weird one, isn't it? Like Man United are sort of starting to do well again.
And they haven't even been taken over.
Yeah. But you say that, Mourinho won the League Cup and the FA Cup.
What's your thoughts on the takeover?
Oh no, did he win the Europa League, Mourinho? He came second in the Europa League,
yeah.
And you could say they were doing well, but I feel like United is in the right direction, whereas they were just doing well with not in the right direction.
No, but Mourinho, he was bad to watch though and stuff like that. He weren't
won the Europa League, came second in the Premier League.
No, but that paints over the cracks.
I feel like Ten Hag is doing a really good job, and he's making the correct decisions with the big players.
Yeah.
And the substitutes he's been making have been spot on every game as well, which is really worrying. Everyone's been so impactful from the bench. It's been mad.
As soon as what he did with Ronaldo, I was like, yeah, he's the man. He took no shit.
That really helped him along, I think. The Ronaldo thing, because they were always people didn't want to hear it, but they were always better without Ronaldo. Yeah. They were always better without him, and if you look at the stats, they scored more. The whole point is that you score a certain amount of goals as a team, or as many as possible. They scored more goals when Ronaldo wasn't there. It's just he scored more of them in his season, so people thought, oh, you can't lose him.
Well,
and you've seen the difference.
Better without Haaland.
Sorry,
are Manchester City better without Haaland?
Ooh. This season, no. The problem, the thing with City is people can't grasp is they were just better last season. They're not worse because of Haaland. They are just a bit worse this season. But Haaland doesn't make them worse. If you watch them without him, at Southampton, they were fucking atrocious when they lost in the League Cup or the FA Cup.
Yeah,
they were atrocious without him. He makes them better. They just need to. They're going through a transition and they need to mould more to him.
Yeah, they don't play to each other's strengths, so then that's the problem.
And he's still scoring But they said, I think Ferdinand said, you can't get rid of Ronaldo because where are you going to get 24 goals from? Well, I'll tell you. Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, he's already done it.
Because even the season before, Ronaldo, Bruno scored how many?
And Rashford scored quite a few.
Yes, the goals were always there. It's just Ronaldo took them all when he was there.
Yeah. And it plays on people's minds. That is the sort of comparison you can have with Ronaldo and Haaland is Foden, when he goes through against Forest, he just passes that into the corner if Haaland's not there.
Yeah.
And I don't think Haaland's a bad influence or anything like that, but Foden's obviously not good confidence right now. And he does just have that moment go, well, Haaland's there, maybe I just give it to him.
But I feel like at the same time, even if that was KDB or anyone in that position, if you see any of your players in an opportunity to square, you're automatically double thinking everything.
It depends who it is.
If it's Haaland or not.
It depends. I think it depends who it is.
Like, for example, the goal Rashford the other day, if that's Ronaldo across the box, maybe he squares that.
Well, who knows?
It's the ripple effect.
Stop stealing that. Thank you.
We're promoting it.
Sorry, keep saying your thoughts on the takeover. What you think is, because I've got pretty strong views on it. I hate the idea of Man United being sports washed.
Yes, sure.
But then I'm also like,
provided that is the Qataris that do take them over,
it
rather
is
than
the Qataris.
Oh, it's not.
No, but I mean,
Technically, it's not, isn't it? Yeah.
But I'm saying they're the front runners, and that's who the fans want. But then I'm also like, well, we've already allowed it with Newcastle and Chelsea and City, so why stop at United? But I think they're like.
But that annoys me as a thought, because. When do you stop it? Then? When do you stop anything? You go, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Then it never ends.
Exactly.
The thing I like about the statement from Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos is that they want to be they're sort of playing the line about governance. And Man United are always going to be huge. Like, obviously you need a certain amount of money to have, to own them, right? But they bring in so much money that they kind of, it sounds weird, they don't need, they don't need the Qatar money or that outrageous kind of money. And actually, if they have that kind of money, that's frightening for West Brom fans, QPR fans, and actually even Crystal Palace fans. For me, it's always you're going to have people who've got more money than others, but you have to kind of try and bunch them together a little bit through a ceiling, through governance. And I think the thing with Ineos as well is that they wouldn't have 100% of the club, and that might kind of allow for a bit more sort of, I guess, democracy there. Some fans will be. There's also fans that this sounds really dodgy, but I feel like there's a difference between there's fans that go to the games, and then understandably, and this isn't a dig at fans that don't go to the games, but understandably, when you kind of aren't there, you kind of just want to see the best
players, the best,
which is totally understandable. Yeah. And I feel like these kind of moves and changes and how easy it's being able to be implemented with all these teams. It's highlighting that the global fans, because there's so many of them, again, understandably, they're having more power, and the message from a fan group overall is being diluted. So I think the Jim Ratcliffe one feels like it makes more sense for the whole of the game, because I think the smart thing as well from him is that Man United will always be one of the top two teams in the league. Like they're huge, right? In
terms of global brand.
So you can be a bit nicer, if that makes sense. Like, when people go, oh, we want to give the team back to the fans and all this stuff. You can do that when you've got unlimited money. You go, go on then. Like, it's easy to be charitable when you've got outrageously deep pockets. Man United will always be one of the top teams, so they do have an opportunity to actually allow the sport to find itself again, because I think we're all struggling with it a little bit.
I think that if you're the Glazers and you see the Qataris have the opportunity to wipe the debt.
No, well, they don't care about the debt. They're pissing. The Glazers are pissing their pants.
Do you know? I think they've got to have. They can't.
They've taken the club on through debt, and they're going to make millions and millions.
But surely you've got to have some form of this heart.
No, they don't.
I can't leave the club in this way.
The
problem is they don't view this as a football club community like we do with our clubs. They see. And like other people do, rightfully or wrongfully so, it's a business.
Yeah. And Jim Ratcliffe will use debt as well.
But they're not loading it onto the club, are they? They're loading it onto the business.
Yeah. That's the difference. Yeah, I think it's Man United is going to be huge, but I think that there is a bit of an opportunity here for them to be the good guys if they want to.
Yeah,
I'm not. But the Glazers as well. Gary Neville was talking about how there might be an American group that
he did say that
want to basically bump up the prices,
undisclosed,
to allow the one of the Glazers or two of the Glazers to sort of stay in it. And Gary Neville's pretty clear that needs to not happen.
Yeah,
and Gary seems to know his stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he's got sources everywhere.
Yeah.